Greetings once again, my friends, and welcome back to what I think is going to be the last year-end vlog, just the last thing that I need to explain really quick. We've kind of covered a lot of things, including Diablo 2, but there's another thing that a lot of our podcast fans have been asking, especially mine, which is, where the heck is Why We Geek? Okay, so when Why We Geek started, it was a YouTube thing, okay, and I'll admit that. That's how I started it. But as people have noticed over the last year, I have been working very hard to expand into other markets, getting my RSS feed into places like iTunes, Google Play for Android users, as well as being able to get access to Spotify, because Spotify does allow podcasts, it's just in a very limited sense. And actually, some success on that front, but we're going to have to do some moving things around in order to make that work. What happened to Why We Geek in the middle of that was that, just for the heck of it, I'd heard of a weird policy change with iTunes and what they accepted and what they didn't. And where Why We Geek didn't fit into that, it now did. So at that point, I'll admit, I didn't really consult to you guys because it was a last minute thing and I wanted to see if it would work. And Why We Geek got an RSS feed. It became available on iTunes and later Google Play. So what happened there was I wanted to promote the RSS feed as much as I possibly could. Just because I knew that there would be actual revenue that could possibly come from that. There could be sponsorships, things like that. And Why We Geek, I still think is a very legitimate idea. In the meantime, though, that meant that, well, the YouTube fans kind of got put by the wayside. And for that, I do apologize. Just because I know that that's where Why We Geek started, and I know that you guys have been showing your support, but I would also like to say that, I mean, this is an awesome thing for that RSS feed, and I know that a lot of people are disappointed by the fact that that it hasn't been on YouTube, and haven't gone over to the RSS feed to support it. And really, I mean, that's kind of the rub there, is like, I would like to get support there so that I can do other big cool ideas for it, and that's the way to be able to support it. But I have to also acknowledge my mistakes here. I did do that. I didn't notify anybody, and when it got approved, I basically gave you guys a video and said, go here. And a lot of people didn't want to do that because they don't necessarily listen to podcasts. They strictly go to live recordings of podcasts on YouTube. I know of a few people that do that. I actually personally do that, especially with the Final Boss podcast or Final Boss TV. While I have that on iTunes, I do tend to want to watch the YouTube videos. So I understand that concept. And for you guys, what I've decided to do, and actually this will be done before this video is up. So you guys are going to get the remaining episodes of Why We Geek for this year. Okay. I'm just going to mass upload them because I think I left you guys off at Sonic. So at Sonic in August, and I've since had a September episode for Star Trek, a October episode for horror, a November episode for Nintendo, and a December episode based on Star Wars, which is coupled with the Last Jedi review, which went up specifically for the Geek News RSS feed. A lot of people have been asking, like, we hear you did a Last Jedi review. Where is it? It's on the RSS feed. I wanted to be able to give something special to you guys as YouTube viewers, as well as people who supported the RSS feed. So it's there. And there it's going to stay. Sorry, guys. It's going to be on the RSS feed. I wanted to have that exclusive for the RSS feed to show support, not just for the YouTube viewers, but also for the new listeners on the RSS feed. So what I'm going to do is those 4 episodes will be going up probably before this video goes up. And at that point, unfortunately, that's where it's going to end. Because again, I really would appreciate the support going to my RSS feed, where I actually have the potential to be able to make something off of it, get a sponsorship out of it, be able to get some bigger guests on it. There's a lot more potential in the RSS feed than there is technically right now with YouTube. So at that point, I'm going to give you those 4 episodes because it feels only appropriate that the first year's worth of Why We Geek go to the YouTube viewers who did support it. But then I know that a lot of people don't want to make that jump, but I would strongly ask you to consider making that jump. Consider to make that jump for the RSS feed to show your support for Why We Geek. And trust me when I say this, guys. I have lots of plans for this year. So we ended on Star Wars. I've already technically recorded both January and February's episodes of Why We Geek. I have a bunch of other ideas in there that we might be revisiting old episodes, but at the same time, we're also going to be doing a little bit more of a introspective into things like anime. You'll notice that I have a lot of colleagues on YouTube that actually do love themselves the animes, and I wanted to be able to spotlight that a little bit. Now, it's going to be a little difficult. We might have to amend things a little bit, but I wanted to be able to do that focus for the people that are supporting, specifically on YouTube, but also towards the anime reviewer community, which I've ingratiated myself to, and I do appreciate. So I've got tons of plans for it. We're also going to be going into a little bit more in the deep dive perspective. I know a lot of my stuff this year was in general. I wanted to do some more specific stuff. In particular, we are going to be revisiting Power Rangers at some point, except it's not going to be Power Rangers. We're going to be visiting Kyoru Sentai Zyuranger. We're going to be talking about Super Sentai, and we're probably going to be bringing back Stephen Romney to talk about that specifically. We're also going to be doing some specific episodes on, like I said, Super Sentai. We're also going to be revisiting Disney, but going a little bit more specific on it. And I'm also hoping to get, like, again, these anime episodes that can go into specific genres or maybe even into specific shows. That would be an awesome thing, as well as cover games and whatever else we can make work. If there are anniversaries in the middle of that, I'll probably try to worm my way into doing them too. But yeah, there you go. That's basically what happened with Why We Geek. It's there. It's just one of those things where as soon as I got the RSS feed, I really wanted to support it. But I understand people's arguments, so this is my compromise. You get the first year, because that's already up on the RSS feed. You get the first year, and everything past that point is going to be on the RSS feed. Whether you want to support that or not, that's just the decision I've had to make with this, and I hope you can understand. But in the meantime, thank you guys so much for your patience, for your listening through these year-end vlogs. There was a lot of stuff to get into. I'm very thankful for each and every one of you, and I continue to hope to show that to you as 2018, I was about to say 2017, as 2018 rolls out. And of course, I'll see you guys next week for the next video. Take care.